Hey everybody, hi, this is Arun from the Goal Difference in yet another episode of TGD Bits. And in today's episode, I'd just like to run through a few players, some do's and some, do's for the next game week. And this is not a completely a wildcard team which I'll be discussing, but this is just some few players that managers can consider for game week 9 and for the future game weeks as well. So without wasting any more time, let's just go through the players that I have decided to share with you, managers. So I saw the Arsenal Aston Villa game, and I think Villa assets are now to be bought into your teams. The first player that I would recommend you to sign is Emiliano Martinez at around 4.8 mil. I think even though his price increased from 4.5, I think he is the best keeper below 5 million. I think he's the best keeper in the game to own. I know McCarthy was there in a lot of teams, in my personal team as well, but I think Martinez is the smart switch, and he is the player to own. He is owned by around 26% managers and has given 40 points. He saved a penalty on his debut, so I think he is the must-own keeper. The next player that I would pick from that Villa team would be Jack Grealish. I think now he is a must-have. He pops up on the left. He is creating goals for Watkins. He also takes set pieces, and he is owned by around 34% managers and priced at such a cheap value. I think many managers would consider buying him, and I can only see that number increasing. He has given 60 points, Jack Grealish, and they didn't even play game week 1, so you can imagine the impact that he's had on the Villa team being the captain. So Grealish is someone who I would recommend managers to just take. Their fixtures are just too good, Aston Villa's, and he's got the form, so it's the perfect combination. The next player in differential category for me would be the left back, Matt Target. He's owned by just 2% managers. Gave an assist in the last game against Arsenal. He's an attacking fullback, left back, and he gave 11 points in the last game. So I think he's a must own. He um, can be owned. Many managers are downgrading from size to target, and I think that's a smart move. To go cheap in defense, and he offers a lot of value. Many managers, who have Martinez may not sign targets. So another Villa player who I would go for if you cannot sign these three players would be Ollie Watkins. He scored against Arsenal, a brace against Arsenal, also scored a hat trick against Liverpool. So I think he is a good player to own. Now, my next recommendation for players would be the West Ham players. So Masuaku and Kufal, namely in their defense. So they've been a form team, and the two wing backs are pivotal to Moyes' system. Masuaku gave an assist against Wolves. Kufal gave 2 points bonus against Fulham, and they're similarly priced. They've given the same amount of points almost, and they are owned by around 1.8% for Masuaku and 1.5 for Kufal. So I think it makes sense to invest in them. My next advice for game week 9 and the game weeks in the future would be to sell Robertson and Arnold. Arnold is out for a month. His price is dropping, and Robertson also not giving any attacking returns. It's too much money invested in defense. Even though they were not keeping clean sheets, we had hope that they would give attacking returns, but they haven't delivered on that front. And I think it's time to sell. Downgrade to a Lamptey, Taylor, Masuaku, Kufal, to a target, even a Chilwell or a Zuma. Chilwell scored the goal against Sheffield. He is in form, and I think people should consider him. And Zuma as well. He's, I think, the most points by defender in the game. So I think Zuma is also a must-have. He was the most. He had given the most points before this game we started. Now, for two players who I would suggest managers should completely go in for, the first player would be Hakim Ziyech. He gave two assists against Sheffield United, and he is the creative force in that Chelsea team. Without him, Chelsea lack creativity, and his crosses are pinpoint, accurate crosses from the right. and he provided the assist for Chilwell's goal as well. So he has that raking pass from right to left to switch of play, which is delightful to watch and can reward all his owners. So Ziyech is one, and I think his fixtures are really good. So managers should consider him. Plus, he's cheap as well at 8.1. I think he offers good value. For enabling funds elsewhere. To spend elsewhere in your team. Okay, so the last player that I would advise managers to go for is Bruno Fernandes. I know United are not been consistent this season, but Bruno has been consistent in giving points to his managers. Three double-digit returns this season, two goals against Everton, and an assist. So everything good for United is going through Bruno Fernandes. So he is a must-own. He plays West Brom at Old Trafford in the next game. United haven't won there this season. I think that's the game they're going to do it. They're going to start their winning. They're going to win their first home game there, and Bruno is going to give points. West Brom have conceded the most goals this season. I think along with Leeds with 17. So I think Bruno is a must-have, and he's owned by around 23% managers. I was really surprised with that. That number will increase for sure, and he's on set pieces and penalties. So Bruno Fernandes has to go into your teams as well. So yeah, these were the players I was suggesting managers should go in for. To get in their teams for game week 9 and for the future game weeks. And if I have missed out on anyone you all feel, then please do mention them in the comments, and we shall suggest options, and we'll give you all suggestions about how to navigate your teams for the future. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you.